I've been staring at the ready. Tooby won't turn on the screen. I had to manually do it. Tooby's just... There we go. We're live from Memoirs of a Mad Hatter, is named by Doug. This is a fourth show of the Bird Feeders of the Americas tour, named by Q Square. Welcome, everybody. Hey to, welcome Dark Skies, Gray Waters. And hello to I'm Only Big Child, bodybuilder Tooby Stonek is here. Rosen, Jazzy, Mr. Robert, Father of Five, Graham Utester, Flash and the Furious Wife, Doug G, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince is here. Wow Soda Muffins here, Socks is here, Duels here, Brooms, Chucky Smalls, Staffy, Tony Brisky Botsky, Pierre TV, Adrixon, Kid Vet. If I don't say your name, it's because I haven't seen it yet. So I'm sitting, but I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing a lot better. For anyone who doesn't know, I had an infection on my leg. It's still not pretty, but the doctor was very happy with how it progressed and said I didn't need to come back unless it got worse. So that's good. She said, I think you got injured a lot worse than you thought you did when it happened. She thought that maybe they ended up x-raying my ankle too. And it was okay. She said that what probably happened is I hurt my ankle, but I didn't realize it because I was focused so much on the more visible injury, you know? But because I wasn't taking care of the ankle, then a week later, it was like, dude, you got to start taking care of me, you know? Because I've been jump roping and stuff. But, let's see. Botsky, you want to be old dirty Botsky? You can do, yeah, not forever. How about can we do it just today? I feel like almost everyone here knows that you're Botsky. But sooner than later, if we can go back, because this is an exception just for the Botsky. This is not a new thing, only for Botsky today. Let's see. We ended the stream yesterday, and like I don't know, 15 minutes after we ended, we had a 300-person raid. But it was radio, so from Pianist Mirror. It was really nice of Pianist Mirror to give me that raid. But yeah. No, there was no show. No, did I say yes? I'm sorry, man. Time works differently for me than other people. Sorry, I meant last Saturday. Last Saturday's stream. Sorry, yeah, last Saturday. Last Saturday's stream we ended, and then we had a 300-person raid. Timing is everything, right? Oh, thanks, Beauty. Yeah, I should update y'all. I should have updated since... Sorry, my mind is so overwhelmed right now with Project X and planning the next big phase of my life with this YouTube van thing. I should have given an update. But she said, she did say that am I going to say this right? I forget, was it hemiola? That's not it. What is it? Anyway, it's this thing where it's just going to be, she said it might be months. I might have this swelling on my knee or my shin. And it's going to hurt a little. I'm just going to have to live with it. So, it doesn't hurt. It hurts, when I put pressure on it or something, which doesn't ever. Hematoma, yeah. What I said was a music thing. Hematoma, yeah, thanks, Rosen. I think that's what it is. Vodka's Juvenile de Miola. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, it's that's my musical. That's what I know a lot about music is that genre. Although I'm not actually a big fan of Al Di Meola, but Al Di Meola is a guitar player who influential jazz fusion guitar player. Played in Return to Forever with Chick Corea, among other things. But I'm not a big fan of Al. I mean, he's a extraordinary technical guitar player, but yeah. Let's see. It's funny, I was thinking before the show how as much as I dislike gear, and I don't like thinking about gear very much, and I hate spending money on gear. I mean, certainly this show, and then this thing, what I'm planning for this van YouTube stuff, would not be possible 10 years ago. 15 years, no way would it be possible. It's just impossible. You know, with van stuff, I mean, just the ability to have, 167 amp hours of power in a little box that doesn't make noise, that isn't dangerous, is not going to explode. The ability to have tiny lights, absolutely tiny lights that aren't that hot. Because I'm planning to do a lot of filmmaking in the vehicle itself, and I can't be putting up big softboxes like I have in here. It would just be impossible. But they now make these very, they're like fluorescent lights, but much smaller and narrower, and they're LEDs, which are perfect for vehicles because they don't have to take up a lot of space. They don't use a lot of power because they're LED. Anyway, we had a sub from Basketband. Thanks, Basketband. I don't know if these are from today. These are from other days. Crypto with an 18-month sub. And thank you, Mr. Robert with 52-month sub. Says 52, that's almost like a year. Mr. Robert, thank you. Sponge Solo named a sound Skipping Digital Stones. Staffy gave a friend to Tooby, George Fluffington, an elder oyster who can find the meaning of the universe, but would rather just sleep. Thank you, Time Travelers Association, with a donation to start us off. Writes, time works differently. Thank you so much. That's right, it does. Thank you. Well, what did I just do? Oh. Let's see. Rosa said LEDs can be blinding. I'm using LEDs in here. But normal LED bulbs. I was thinking more about the van as a character in this video series, as an actual character. And as soon as I did, there's so many possibilities with the vehicle as a character. But then I realized now I want a green screen. But not just any green screen. I want a green screen over the windshield. Because I'm thinking when I'm not, because a vehicle, right, has dreams. So the vehicle's going to go on adventures too. But anyway, I was thinking one of my main shots, because I'm starting to plan shots and how I'm going to frame stuff. One of the main shots, one of the more bloggy, or one of the shots that I'll use for doing the show when I can't be outside, will be me and then the front seats. So I'm facing the back of the car, so y'all are seeing my face, and behind me is the windshield. But I want to somehow figure out a way to put a green screen over the windshield. Not so much for stream, but I think for times in the video it'd be pretty awesome. Because one, it could be just footage that I shot during the day when I was driving, but it also could be just crazy stuff like, I don't know, Godzilla fighting and and then I start thinking, and I don't know that I'm gonna go with this. This might be just too ridiculous, but I started thinking, what if the van is a pirate? And then I can get some huge, not googly eyes, but actual, I'd have to make them out of cloth or something. Huge eyes for the windshield. This would not work when I'm driving, obviously. And then some sort of red, maybe an eye patch, a red handkerchief, and then an earring, a big gold earring off one of the, what's it called? Rear view mirrors, or whatever those are called, side mirrors. Because I don't know, I thought that'd be so funny. This vehicle that wants to think that it's a pirate and has its own narrative about everything that's happening that isn't real, right? It's its own fantasy. That's better than my first idea, which was going to name the van Van Go-Go after Van Gogh. And I was going to always bend one of the mirrors. I decided that's maybe a little too dark. And maybe obscure. I don't know. Well, everyone knows about Van Gogh's ear, right? Anyway. But I was pretty psyched about that green screen thing. It's going to be hard to pull off, but. Rose, is someone else out with you? Wiper on their Jeep who light up the whole street. Music, we get a siren of flashing lights. Yeah. Doug's, was that dono from ETC Kid in the future? Oh, that'd be so brilliant if I could do that. If I could go into the future and make donations to myself now when I really need it. That's what I should do. I should build a time machine. That would solve things. Yeah. Because this YouTube thing is going to work. I know it. Let's see. Beauty says, why not paint the whole van green screen green? Yeah. Beauty says, if you buy a huge gold earring for the van, I think we need a budget time. But I was checking my list. So for this show, I have over 5,000 entries in checklists for this show. I mean, checklists mean brainstorm ideas, to-do lists, just for this show, over 5,000. That does not even include your suggestions, which I think there's another 2,000. But I've already had to spin off. I mean, percentage-wise, I've only been really thinking about this actively for a couple weeks. But my list for the YouTube thing is over 200 items now in just a couple weeks of actively thinking about it. Hey to GD Bell. Dark Sky Great Water says, I've seen someone online with the van called Vincent Van Gogh. Oh, so yeah, so it's already been done. Did they do the idea where they bend the That's so, I'm sorry, Van Gogh. Well, you're long gone. You don't care. I love Van Gogh's work. I love that era of painting. Bodsky says you could use a gold hula hoop. Because if we give the van a fruit hat, we could call it Car Van Miranda. When I had the idea for this show, I made a crucial mistake. I mean, again, I don't regret it. I mean, I was who I was then, and the only way the show would have happened is if I was who I was then. But one thing I did not think about at all, I had no plan whatsoever, and it's obvious still I don't, was how to promote the show. You know, I just thought I'm going to give everything I have and come up with this idea, and then just hope people walk by and come in. You know, and like it and stay, right? It was just, you know, I think maybe I'm deluding myself. I think I'm approaching this YouTube thing in a much, much smarter way. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that. I don't know. Not in terms of this pirate thing. No, but in terms of strategically thinking of ways to be true to myself. Because that's the most important thing. I got to be true to myself. True to myself, but also set myself up for good things to happen, you know? Did I? Oh, I didn't get a song yet, did I? Whoops. That's why that crashed. Roses painted S on it called Escargot. For instance, speaking of Van Gogh, there's a Doctor Who episode called Vincent and the Doctor. And, you know what I should do? I never see that. I should just, wait, how should I move? There we go. Where the titular doctor brings Van Gogh forward in time to see a gallery of all his paintings. It's an amazing scene, amazing episode. Oh, cool. Which era of Doctor Who is that? The modern era or back in the old school 70s and 80s before the when did they reboot it? In the 2000s? Create a new empty track. There we go. Beauty says, yes, you are. At least you're playing it out and not jumping in all akimbo with zero intel and 100% passion. Sometimes time back passion give right brain more time to catch up. Creative website. Yeah. I think, you know, the problem with this show is there's nobody in the world who wakes up and says, I wonder if there's an improv music show where chat helps make the music. I'm going to go look for that. Like, that's just... In the history of the world, maybe 5 people have thought that. In the history of the universe, you know? Nobody is thinking, I want to look for this thing. So that's the key to the YouTube is incorporating, in a way, again, that's true to myself. It has to be true to myself, but trying to be a little less focused on just incorporating things that people might find interesting without knowing anything about what I do. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Tooby crashed. We're trying to bring Tooby back to life. Okay, we got a request. New logic. Moses, I don't know. We found our way here somehow. Truly a mystery. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm so grateful y'all did find it. I mean, yeah. I was not doing well in life. leading up to starting doing this show, I was not doing well in life. So I'm incredibly fortunate. Incredibly fortunate. Oh no, what's going to happen now? You're making things difficult for me, Tooby. Oh no, how many times is this going to happen? Remote scripts. Oops. There we go. Why you spinning? Okay. Okay. Do we have our sounds? I think we do. There we go. I'm not a very patient person. This is a problem because it's going to be a while before I can start this thing, which is really good because I need time to do, in a way, the more pre-production I do for this, the better. Because once it starts, it's going to be relentless. Tooby, how? You skipped one already? Try again. Okay, milestones. Sponge Show's 100 sound. Hey, thanks Jazzy with the 6-month sub. Thank you. Hey, Rage is here, and Nerf Dermer. Come on, Tooby. You can do it. Initialize, generate our drums. What? Oh, wait, does that explain it? No, it doesn't explain it. Why is it not loading? Oh, it worked. Okay. Oh, thanks for letting me know, Nerf. Thanks for letting me know, yeah. the system I used, ended up working well. I was real happy with it. So, I wish it was. Well, hopefully by next year it's less money. By the end of the year, whenever this starts happening. But I was psyched. So it's nice to know there's viable options. we got a donation from me in the future. And I gave that was so kind of me. It's from ETC Elder. I gave my my credit to Father Fives. Is invested today and will be rich by the time we're my age. Now, where did I write down that stock information? That's the crucial detail. Thanks, ETC Elder. Thanks, future self. Thanks, Beauty. Thank you. Beauty says, allow yourself room for fertilizer with this YouTube thing. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Beauty. Thank you. Thanks, Beauty. Okay. Drum Kit, Indie Kit Live. And we have nothing. First up, boom, 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 bap. What's the four? Bap, it is bap. Keep it simple. There it is. And then V says, what if, oh, Doctor, what if the van is like TARDIS? It's a new personality. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing with the van thing is that everything's a space issue, which is it's good. It's good having creative constraints. Because I was thinking, okay, well, if it's going to be a pirate and it's going to have a pirate cap or like a red bandana, that's a lot of material. So that might have to be my blanket too, And then the ring, the gold ring. I mean, I'm going to be classy in the van. I'm going to have a gold toilet seat. Okay, here's Mr. Robert. I just make sure to get a lemon for the van, call it Tooby. And then I could, yeah. I think that's where I'm going to be pretty risk averse, is the condition of the vehicle. So I don't think I'm gonna get a lemon. I'm sure I'll still have problems and I'll blame it, but there it is. Got our beats, do our sounds. Sponge Solo, now I want the van to talk like Tooby. I was working on my pirate voice, Sponge Solo. Because it's going to talk. It's not going to just be a van with a name, that's it. It's going to have a whole personality, it's going to talk. I mean, I don't know about the pirate thing, but I'm pretty sure the van's going to be a character. I don't know if Apple's going to ever come after me over Tooby's voice, because I think I doubt they will, because they, it's part of their software. I'm sure it's okay, but hopefully, it'd be a bummer if I use Tooby's voice in all these videos and then 1,000 videos get taken down because of the voice. Okay, sounds. I gotta hurry. I got a few minutes. Under the influence from socks. G.D. Bell, your music improvised. Broom, Steve 2, Steve Harder. Rose and best hear these James live. Staffy chart. There it is. There's chart. That's a debut. And then we got Sponge Solo skipping Digital Stones. And that one didn't load either. It's there. This is not Tooby's fault at all. The sound is there. But sometimes Logic just, I don't know, doesn't work. Skipping digital. Oh yeah. And that's a debut too. Okay, I'll pick which sound starts the improv. I was actually looking at projectors. I think it'd be sort of a phase 2 of the van, but they do make they make LED projectors that use less power. I mean, this projector would be impossible. I mean, I'd be able to run it for like 5 minutes and then I'd have no power for the next day. But they make LED projectors use a lot less power, and they make short throw. I need a very short throw, if anyone knows what that means, in order for it to work in a vehicle. Otherwise, I'd have a projector and the projection would be like this big on my chest, which maybe would be cool. Is that better than nothing? A little tiny light show just right there. It does mean I'm also needing a sec. There's no way I'll be able to do the light show with one computer and everything else. It's another donation from a future kid. Oh, and this time I gave it to Doug. I'm not saying it's you in the future, but if you want to see what kind of vehicle you're going to get, run the reward command. Okay, you got it. Oh, but I gotta really hurry. Thank you so much, future kid. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know if I beat the hour? We're going to have to do the reward afterwards. Thank you so much, future kid, or potentially Doug. Thank you. Remind me to do a reward after this, but I gotta hurry. Thank you. Here we go. Oh, that's not recorded. I'm glad I checked. Oh, did you not get, did the give command not work? Here we go, time to accelerate. steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. You're gonna steal my heart. If you're gonna steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. If you're gonna steal my heart. If you steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. If you steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. The rest of me don't work so well when my heart is somewhere else. Yeah, the rest of me don't work so well when my heart's somewhere else. If you steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. And if you steal my heart, you better steal the rest of me too. So I took my heart, I locked it in a box, I threw it deep in the sea. 'Cause when it's there, you won't be able to steal it from me. But I forgot I don't work quite right when my heart's apart from the rest of me. So I dove deep down into those blue waters and found that box on the floor of the sea. And I unlocked it and let my beating heart rise up again free. I just have one thing to ask though. If you steal my heart, please just steal the rest of me too. You steal my heart, please just steal the rest of me too. I'll be back live in just a moment. My present day self is running around behind me doing some post-song stuff. In the meantime, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm ETC Kid, aka the Etc. Kid. The music you just watched was improvised from scratch. But I got a lot of help from chat. Just before the song, they chose the sounds I was using, the speed of the music. I turned people's names into drum rhythms. So there are many ways you can participate. The easiest way to get involved right away is to type !drums for a chance to be a rhythm on an upcoming song. You can also name the songs we create here, help write what our bot Tooby says, and we have fun community projects on our Discord. So we've got a lot going on. It might seem a little overwhelming at first, but if you take a leap of faith, you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome. I look forward to meeting you in chat. So it took me a while, but I've finally jumped on the social media bandwagon. You'll find me on some new up-and-coming platforms like Friendster and MySpace. I just created a new Vine account. I post highlights from the show on there, old songs, poetry recitations, behind-the-scene photos, content like this. I dreamt that I dwelt in marble halls with vassals and serfs at my side, and of all who assembled within those walls that I was the hope and the pride. I had riches too great to count, could boast of a high ancestral name, but I also dreamt, which pleased me most, that you loved me still the same. Thanks for those calps. Titles: Jazzy, Lifeboat, Father 5, Cardiac Kleptomania, Mole, Steelheart Blues, and Brooms, I Can't Fit in That Box. And though I didn't use any individual titles as lyric inspiration, I did see the pirate stuff, and that's what inspired the Stealing Heart. I don't know why, but it did. Your voice is hoarse, Tooby. So Doug, you didn't get your credit? I wonder why that didn't work. Muty, thanks again. Muty, last week you mentioned you suggested considering doing a Kickstarter, and I had not thought about that at all, and I think that could really make a difference of making this possible, because I'm still sort of been operating under this wishful thinking that I'm going to be able to finance all, which knowing I can't really. But I think what's nice is although our current viewership is very low. I've been on Twitch for 5 years, and I feel like we have our larger community is much bigger than our current viewership, And I think it's possible there'd be a bunch of people who don't actively watch, but just would like to support something like this. And that's where Kickstarter is a really useful thing. Is that the same box? I've been talking a lot about boxes, haven't I? It's because I'm thinking about a van, the small space of a van. It's a box, Hey, Mole. What am I looking for here? Oh yeah, reward. I think we did vehicles recently, but we have not done vehicle badly in a while. So let's do vehicle badly. If you want a reward, if you want a badly translated vehicle. You know, I was thinking about because I think in these YouTube videos, so just to catch anyone up to speed who's not, I'm sure everyone's heard me talk about, but in case you haven't, basically I've come up, what I'm planning on doing is essentially travel vlog meets variety show. That's my concept. Travel vlog meets variety show. So the traveling is what connects every single video. But the variety show, that allows me to do anything I want within the videos. So I've, anyway, so I'm thinking of having periodic, I don't know if it would be every video, but at least sometimes having badly translated questions in the video themselves. But for new people, I got to explain it, right? So I was thinking I think it'd be really fun to have a Hanna-Barbera style cartoon intro that's very short, like literally like 5 to 10 seconds at most. On YouTube, you can't have long intros to stuff, people get bored. But I was thinking what could be funny visually is like, how do you make bad translation into a visual thing? I was imagining that, so there'd be voiceover explaining what's happening, right? What it is, but the visual is you have sort of this mad scientist, which is maybe Barney Google, and Tooby shows up, and the mad scientist has a box or some sort of device, or maybe it's a conveyor belt, I don't know what it is. And basically Tooby goes into the box and gets translated. And over the course of it happens a bunch of times, and by the end Tooby's has been turned into a toaster or something utterly absurd. But you sort of see this transformation over the, I thought that might be a visual way to explain it very quickly, the concept. Now the budget for getting that style animation would be probably at least a couple $1,000s, but at least. Even it's very simple, but. Hey, John's Basics, how are you? Yeah, how you doing shift work? Oh, that's no fun. Good to see you though. Let me shout out a few more titles. Dark Skies, Great Waters with 7 Submerged Samurai Seek Shellfish. Miss Robert, March of the Jellyfish. Pierre, Snores of Harmony. Staffy with Padlock Denial. Old Dirty Botsky with Mooning Sailors. Sponge Solo, Davy Jones P.O. Box. Rose and New Heart arriving. That's not good. New Heart arriving today. Arriving. Doug Captain's Log. Muty Anchor Management. Dual I Feel Love. We have any new Say My Names? Jazzy's now Jazz Master McEagleton. Tony Brisky Botsky, Old Dirty Botsky. Just for today or a couple shows. Tooby wants me known as Call Me Ishmael. Wow, Tooby, you did a lot. Okay. It's a tie. Let's break this tie. Lifeboat. Jazzy's named a lifeboat. Thanks, Jazzy. Oh, we got a Tooby Sing, a 4 on the 4, and a pie chart. Oh, and I got to do these rewards. Thanks, Jazzy. Okay, Doug got Not a Mother-in-Law. Giggly-esque for you? What? New position, 778 SNR is immediately available in the road tunnel at the market price of $68,000 on George Road, McCartosh, Maine for Predator Be Tough. Press the shares you want to cry. What does not need to be replaced in the refrigerator? Hearse, Lebanese next month to play. If not, 504, there was a lot of pride. These are long. Father Five God, I know your grandmother gave you 67 million cheeses a month, and today you visit a camel odor testing. What? A camel odor testing shop? What? Jeremiah, this applies to the Christmas tree, which has green squares in the olive tree. The cones of the Ong Valabu fishing boat were technically proficient. A professor of Paintless University. We'll tell you something, camel, knockout. What do you think? MBM bits, especially for SUVs, it's 3-star. It came about when a microsecond of 1 and 3 bachelors. Bad and right for a decade around me. Roll canceled, 93 minutes. Muty God, if you want to make money without spending $123,000 on a 64 WS, are the components old for you? Glorious. This is a low 38, car like a chicken fuel. Kentucky rear tires. Whatever you have planned for the week and air fryer, I'll help you get there. It seems to cost a solid 85.7R, but it can't be turned into an amazing pillow in an air dryer. I'm not surprised to hear that you can still do it an air fryer. This is the magic floor of the car that makes you walk on the motherboard. Walk on the motherboard. Rosen got desperate. Gray and purple sports car instead of driving me crazy. The U.S. Space Museum has been visited since February. I think this is also true of us. Hey, I just got a message like a chat. Merge got your baklava tank name. Do you have an electric car? 398 QPV 15 seats. Breastfeeding is amazing for you and your experience. If you don't want gifts from you, you can also give plugs. Room's got identifying the natural kangaroo. 113J shows the walls of the place the kangaroo wants to attack. The toy cross, a hole in the stone found at the bottom of the cup, was part of the camel. What's with the camel? Some call it a toy. Centaur, I explain strictly. 18G Jackie from a ship's banana with a purple P.T. berry made by a doctor. Arakita Zelma Schmidt. Dual got the Traditions 94 VL is a 4-wheel drive you've been waiting for. You don't have to replace it with a washing machine. 4-wheel drive in another century. Good taste. Now here's much more for the price of $29. Designed to save insects, the 845P Hedgehog is the most advanced garbage car of the year. She can not only save her magnificent mother, but also 11 years after her grandmother and friends. Okay, that's enough. Those are very long. Milestones. Jazzy's 100th drum fill and Rosen's 450th. Hey, Unique Nails by Bree, welcome back. Hey, the Bad Bags is here. Thanks, Sponge Solo. Thank you for explaining that. Sponge says, if you're just getting back, if you're just getting here, kid is reading randomly generated rewards. The chat unlocked. He's not had a stroke. Both of those things could be true simultaneously. He says, I'm thinking of your Tooby change animation idea, but I think you could easily do it with a few hours, some stop motion wizardry. The clunkier stop motion is the more it feels authentic, especially nowadays with everything all smooth. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I actually watched some stop animation videos a couple days ago because I was thinking about having an ongoing adventure series featuring a Lego character, and I wasn't gonna do stop motion because I know it takes too long for a reoccurring segment, but I was just curious to learn about it a little bit more, so I do understand it a little better, and there's a lot of tools now to make it easier. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Rose's Lego kid. I was sort of imagining an Indiana Jones type character, with long flowing hair, actual hair, and some sort of maybe a cape even. That's not very Indiana Jones, but because I wasn't thinking about I knew it was not practical to do really to do stop animation, but so I wanted things that would have motion in them. So because if I'm outside, there'll be air that will blow the hair and move the cape. So even if there's not a lot of stop animation, I could get a sense of, personality. Does anyone know? I loved Lego as a kid. I played Lego. That was my favorite thing to do, but it's been so long. Hear me out. Is it very easy to remove the head of a Lego? The reason I'm asking is not because I want to decapitate Lego. It's because I was wondering, would it be easy to get a bunch of different faces with different expressions that you can just substitute on the same body? It is. Okay, because that would make things easier too. It's only Rose's the arm's the only hardest part to take off. He says you have frowny and happy. Yeah. If anyone's worried, there will be lots of serious things in these videos too. It's more fun to talk about the silly stuff. But the serious stuff is probably more my thing. Let's see. Okay, we're going to do 4 on the 4. He says you're going to use Lego to track your journey across the map. That's an idea. That's definitely an idea. I was thinking about the van as a character, and I thought, oh, I should go into a green screen studio where I can actually drive the vehicle in. So because it'll be they have what's called a cyclorama, which is it's a green screen that's curved onto the ground, so you can have a vehicle or you can have big green screen scenes, and you need those curves so there's no shadows. Then you can take out the entire background, So I was like, I'm gonna go get a cyclorama so I could so I can get shots of the van with the green screen. Then I could have all these. I could have put the van in different places very easily. I could have it fly across screens and stuff and do whatever I wanted. Then I realized it'd be probably way, way cheaper to just have somebody draw it. And it would look cooler. It would look cooler drawn, But yeah, so I was thinking that'd be fun for maps. But I think it'd be really funny to have these scenes of basically the van flying through space or psychedelic trippy scenes like the light show type stuff. But then the windows are open, and it's an animation. The van itself is an animation, but then the windows are green screen, right? So we could have live action, me or Tooby or whatever other characters there are, Suddenly Penguin, whatever, in this animated scene. Live action. Because I'm looking basically for ways that I can use things over and over again, but make them different. So where I can mix live action with animation, that's an easy way to make the animation feel fresh, even though it's the same thing for the most part, just with different background. Okay, Kid Vet. We got 4 on the 4. Magic School Bus, yeah, exactly, something like that. Or there's that scene in The Simpsons where Otto's in the bus in that psychedelic universe, he's tripping or something. Does anyone remember that in The Simpsons? I think, and he was probably inspired by Magic School Bus. Okay, here's Kid Vet. On the down-tempo kit. Why is that stutter? Hey, Mr. Knight Wellington Randall House Bones III, how are you? It's good to see you. There's Kid Vet, and then Rockstar Kid. From Old Dirty Botsky. There's our beats. Nice sounds. Pretzel and Kraut from Staffy. Oops. Or no, it's from Duel. It was named by Staffy. It's from Duel. Wait, what's that going to sound like? Okay. And then we got a lung dancer from Socks. Boz says, I wonder if you get the Jamaican steel drum band from Super Dave. I don't know what that is. That sounds cool. Vintage Strat. And then Father 5 Miami Nights and Neon Lights. The Conductor Jam, aka the Electric Blue Gift Sound, requested by Chuggy Smalls. And then from Muty, I'm Not a Trunk, Doug Pet. Oh, title inspire, sure. Title inspire for Doug. I've had lots of ideas. I just have rejected every one of them so far. Well, I can always go to the, could use a existing one. We haven't done this one in 8 months. Last word becomes the first. Take the last word of a previously submitted title and then use it as the first word of your title. Now we have to start somewhere, so whatever sound, whatever sound is chosen, that last word, at least one person needs to start their title with that last word. And you don't have to stay with the same word. You can keep picking new last words from other people's titles and use it as your first. So it's a pretty much of a free-for-all. But just of someone else's title, take their last word, use it as your first word. Last word becomes the first. Oh, let's do our pie. Oops, I don't want to cut yet. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's do our pie after the song. I messed everything up. We're gonna have to do it after the song. Ate a rough case. And big chili chill. Sorry. Here we go. Time to accelerate. Hi, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm the Etc. Kid. What you just heard was improvised entirely from scratch, meaning I was making it up as I went along, but I got a ton of help from chat. Chat shows all the sounds I was using, the speed of the music, the drum rhythms were generated from people's usernames. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum rhythm on an upcoming song. But that's only the beginning. There's many different ways to participate and share your creativity. You can help name all the songs we created in the show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We have fun community projects on our Discord. So it might seem a little overwhelming at first. We got a lot going on, but if you stick around, you'll have it all figured out super fast. So welcome to the Etceterati.
It's a dark and stormy night. You hear a crash. You stumble out of bed. It's pitch black. First you step on a Lego. Then you step on a banana peel. At least you hope it's a banana peel. Next thing you know, you're on a skateboard, crashing down the stairs. If only you'd had the ETC nightlight. I'm not only on the Twitch, I'm also on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Discord. Follow me there for more content like this.
Okay, this is my uncover of the song. It's a Long Way to Tipperary. It's from 1912.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye to Piccadilly, goodbye to Leicester Square. It's a long way to Tipperary, but my heart is always there.
Thanks, everybody. Titles, Rough Case, King of the Who? And then welcome Conzeited with Lil Cricket's 8-bit voice box. Miss Robert Orange Drop, Solo Bus or Bust. Let's see. Some other titles. John's Basics Symphony on a Tin Can. Jazz Master McEagleton. Zombie Ate My Brain. Brooms Talk About Amazing. Miss Robert Down to the Wire. Staffy Conclusion to Choices. Old Dirty Botsky Underrated Ratings. Sponge Soho, Cynical Heart. Rosen, Camel Bumpin' Beats. Doug, Drop the Nokia. Muty, Promised the Bus. Rough Case Party Smash. John Basic is now John O'Groats. And Doug G, Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince is now Buggy Down Productions. Okay, let's end this poem. And it's all nice, Conzeited, first ever title. Lil Cricket's 8-bit voice box. Thanks so much, Conzeited. So Conzeited, so when the album gets released on Bandcamp, that'll be the title, you'll get credit. You'll also be on YouTube. And Buggy Down gave a friend to Conzeited. It's Alex the Vigilant, a snoring elephant with a top hat whose catchphrase is, "With biceps like these, who needs a catchphrase?" Oh. Doug says, easy. I just hydrated. I don't know. I've almost had this whole thing today already, just during the show. My voice is so. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. Drum Kid. Sidechain process. You're seeing a side of that mic. I'm gonna deal with it soon. Maybe this week. Maybe after this 3 shows. This is an awesome microphone, but I'm gonna need to get a smaller one of these for the van, the road. It's just too. It's not practical. These are designed for someone to have a boom pole, you know. And I need a shotgun for on a camera. Yeah, I can't have this on a camera. It's just too much. I think it's been probably a year since I've shown this. So I'll show it again for some people who are interested, but. Whoops. In filmmaking, you'll often see a long pole with something like this. And often if it's outside, it's inside of that. But what's inside of this is just that. And what this does is a shock mount. If I open it up, it'll be hard. Well, yeah, this way you'll see. If you can see inside, there's that's a shock mount system. so that the you don't hear the sound of the mic jiggling around. And this cuts down the wind noise. So this is way too big to put on a little tiny camera. So that's why this, even though it doesn't seem that big, is not practical. Milestones, nerf Dermer's 5th request, and Broom's 2100th. 2100th. You'd like to see a droop as well? I'll tell you, Muty, when the boom operator's been holding the mic for a long time, you know, and then it gets people so mad if they drop it into the shot, you know. It's not a big deal on this show, but if you're doing I don't know, if you're making a movie set in Victorian England, you know, and then suddenly everyone's in their gowns and their powdered wigs, and then this mic comes down into the shot, you know, it's no good. You can't use the shot. Some of my ideas that I write down are pretty cryptic. This is one of the things I wrote down on my brainstorming list for the YouTube stuff. Puppet therapist. Puppet therapist, that's all I wrote. So you can use something like a Shure 57 for the mobile setup? You mean for the doing the show in the van? I wouldn't use the 57 for filmmaking, but I would use the 57. I would still use this as my vocal mic. But I would use a shotgun. I prefer shotguns whenever possible over lavs. It's not just to my ear. I mean, it's just the whenever you can get away with it, these are going to sound so much better than a lavalier mic. So ideally, I would mount something like this, a smaller one, inside the vehicle. It's unconventional, you know, to use these as vocal mics. It's done. People tend to use 58s, but I didn't have any 58s, and I have a lot of these. Well, because I got these at one point to mic drums. And, you know, my philosophy is use what you have. And I think they sound fine. You know, I mean, but you tend to see these used on guitar amps and drums, but guitar amps is where you see these used the most. But I don't see a mic, I don't see my voice as this like precious commodity that has to be perfectly represented, you know. A mic is just, it's just gonna change it, and it's not better or worse, it's just different, you know. It's been a long time though. I think, if I recall, 58s, maybe someone can correct me on this. If I'm remembering right, 58s actually would change the voice more than this mic. This mic might be a clear representation. Is that right? Oh, the ruggedness? Oh yeah, it's 57 and 58s are built like tanks, you know? I mean, this would be a great, like, if I'm doing a show outside and I get attacked, this would be a good self-defense weapon. I would not want to get hit with this, especially if it's swung around. But I have, this is for my voice, for talking, and then I have this condenser mic as well that I use for the instruments. I don't know what I would do in the van. It's very possible that the van is not going to sound very good, in which case I might actually need close mics on the instruments, because of the acoustics of the van might sound horrible. And so I will, I mean, this mic doesn't sound good right now. All these horns would sound way better close mic'd, because this room doesn't sound very good. But I just haven't dealt with it. Okay, anyway, let's see. First up, John. It's our first beat, and then rough case. Snare on one. Yeah, I know. It's very unconventional snare on one. You almost never hear it, but on this show you hear it a lot because the generator puts them there. But yeah, unconventional. I mean, there's certain kinds of beats where you're going to hear snare on one, like very snare heavy beats, but so this is Motown did snares on one. I don't listen to enough modern hip hop, but would this be fair to say that modern hip hop tends to use predominantly kicks and hi-hat and a lot less snare? Or is that not accurate? Does anyone have an opinion on that? Let's see. Okay, sounds. He says depends. West Coast, yes. East Coast is snare heavy. Rough case, you're unconventional. So it was the right beat. There's Return to Steve, and then Father Five with, I always say this is one of my favorite sounds, sonic showers. Buggy, Troll Me Baby. I also like this sound. What a Load of Bullfrog from Socks. Extinction of Veiled Hosts from Rough Case. Grasshopper Cackle. Excuse me, Grasshopper Crackle. That's a debut. Oh, we should do a 12/8 on the next track. Oh, pie. Yeah, we'll do pie right after this. Extinction of Veiled Hosts. Okay, Tooby.
Put your favorite poet in the oven and bake at 350 for Nevermore. It's time for Pose and Pies by Tooby. Here's a question. Which of the following movies is your life most like? And your options. 1. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. 2. Taxi Driver. 3. Alligator Funkalicious Steam Powered. 4. The Shining. 5. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
I think we have an overrepresentation of Harry Potter in our movies in Tooby's brain. Which of the 5 movies is your life most like? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Taxi Driver. Alligator Funkalicious Steam Powered, The Shining. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Definitely 3, Alligator Funkalicious Steam Powered. That sounds amazing. Okay, let's end this. And it's Alligator Funkalicious Steam Powered. Okay, we got one more.
This Pose and Pies is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you. Here's a question. Which of the following dashing phrases do you say most frequently in everyday conversation? And your options. 1. Oh, alcohol. 2. Okay, taking too long. 3. I know who I am. I'm so stupid. 4. 2 baby hedgehogs after Dalek. 5. Tom York did it.
Which of the following dashing phrases do you say most frequently in everyday conversation? Oh, alcohol? Okay, taking too long. I know who I am, I'm so stupid. 2 baby hedgehogs after Dalek. Tom York did it. I think it's 3. I know who I am, so stupid. Hey, mucho más. Oops. I forgot. Didn't mean to press that yet. not? Oh, we're still on the same screen, right? I know who I am. I'm so stupid. Oh, that cartoon. I was testing something. It's something that may be in the public domain, it may not be. I got cold feet on it. I know who I am. I'm so stupid. Yeah, yes, media. Okay. Here we go. Time to accelerate. stuck between the walls. The walls are pushing in, walking down the halls of fallen gods and men. Save me now, don't save me, save me now. The sorrow's like a ghost that won't stop haunting me. It should be a distant memory.
should be. Yeah, I thought I'd forget. The memory keeps hanging on to me. I thought I'd forget. The memory keeps hanging on to me. I thought I'd forget. And I'm stuck between these walls. The walls are pushing in and walking down these halls with fallen gods and men. Oh, save me now. Save me now. Yes, save me now. Save me now.
Hi, if you came in during the music and this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm the Etc. Kid. What you just heard was improvised music, meaning I was making it up from scratch as I went along. But I got a ton of help from chat. Chat chose the sounds I was using, the speed of the music, the drum beats and drum fills were generated from people's usernames. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum fill or a drum loop in one of the upcoming songs we do. But that's only the beginning. There are many different musical things you can request, but you don't need any musical experience to participate. There are many ways to share your creativity. You can help name all the songs we do on the show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We do fun community projects on Discord. So it might seem a little overwhelming, I know, but if you stick around, take a leap of faith, you'll have everything figured out super fast. So welcome again, and I look forward to meeting you in chat.
Apparently, I'm on social media. If you follow me there, you'll find highlights from the show, stripped down arrangements of old songs, poetry recitations, behind the scenes photos, portraits of Jiffy Star Child, thoughts on the creative process, and a whole lot more. Stuff like this. Hi, I'm the Etc. Kid with your Creative Minute. This is a trumpet, 3 valves. Each one can be up or down, but if a valve accidentally gets stuck in the middle, you will play a wrong note. The first billion times that happened, it ruined a trumpet player's day. But then one day someone's valve got stuck, and rather than panicking, they realized they could bend the sound, opening up a whole new range of expression that you'll hear all the time in jazz. Whole genres of music exist because musicians embraced something that had been wrong. For the first 20 or 30 years, guitar players were using amps. If they turned up too loud and got a distorted sound, they'd turn right back down because it sounded wrong. But then one day, one of them heard that crunch and realized it was right. And from there was born the sound of electric blues and rock. So we should never be afraid when something goes wrong because it could be a chance for us to discover something that's actually right. Thanks for watching. Please follow, share this, leave a comment. I'd love some more examples of things in music, art, literature, wherever that have gone from being wrong to right. And come hang out on my live stream weekdays, 6 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, and share your examples there in chat. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks for those caps. Getting into this chair is very difficult. Well, there's a reason for it. There's this bar right here, so I can't really scoot in. Thanks, everybody. Titles, what do we have? Soda, Patchwork Network, Muty Eye, Amnesia, Broom's Claustrophobia, Doug Learning in Circles. I used a bunch of titles as lyrics. Jono, A Distant Memory, Muty, Palace of the Fallen Gods, Rough Case, Restful Sorrows, Staffy, Stuck Between the Walls, Staffy, Saved for Later, Staffy, I Thought I Forgot. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Muty. Thank you. The sax was very loud, wasn't it? Still trying to figure out if I can fit this thing. I'm in my vehicle that I'm thinking about getting. I was talking about this last week. This has hammer action, which feels the most like a piano. Rough cases, you're going on the road. That's what I'm in the planning stages, but that's I mean, it's not definite. I don't have a vehicle, so till I do, but I'm not at 100%, but I'm getting very close. I'm in the 90% range that this is happening, probably over 95% at this point. It's almost certainly going to happen. But it's a pretty massive endeavor. So it's a lot of thought, a lot of planning. Is Roberts is going to rogue and affect Project X? My goal is I really want to have Project X launched before, but it'll incorporate it into it. Yeah, it'll be part of. I mean, they're separate things, but it's not going to prevent. But yeah, I really want to do Project Finish. I mean, it's not something that. I want to launch the first phase of Project X before I hit the road, yeah. This is what do we call the van? Dirt, wind, and tire. That's pretty obscure. I mean, not to me, but I don't know that too many people are going to get it except for us. I love it, though. Dirt, wind, and tire. Wow. No, I was saying the other day, yeah, Project, because most likely when I hit the road, the time I have to do new stuff for this is going to go to zero, almost zero. And I know it's probably felt like I'm putting zero into the show right now, but I'm, for the last year plus, I've been, Project X has been everything. And, so I really want that to give us some momentum for this show because I'm not going to be able to give as much to I mean, I'll give everything of myself during streams, but really I'm going to need to put almost all my free time into the YouTube stuff. So I'm hoping that Project X will keep everyone happy even though there's not going to be any new stuff. And there might be a loss, right? I mean, well, there will be a loss. I'm not going to have all the instruments. I don't know if we'll have the light show. I'm going to be in a tiny space probably most of the time. Because I was realizing, I started having this idea during the summer when sun doesn't set till 8:30, 8:30 my time, which is the end of our normal show, right? So maybe what I'll do is I'll start the show an hour earlier. What when I'm on the road, and maybe on Saturdays or Sundays I'll start even earlier so I can get more time outside doing the show. But a big part of my thinking with this design of the vehicle is to make it really easy and fast for me to switch from being outside to being inside. So that as it gets dark or if it suddenly starts raining, I can immediately move the show inside the van within, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's what makes having this very, very tricky. Because it's just, it might be too wide. I did find a keyboard that's smaller that is hammer action. It costs $4,000, so it's not gonna happen. I think there's a huge untapped market here for hammer action keyboards that aren't 88 keys. They just don't make them. I was seriously thinking, can I cut this keyboard? Can I literally open it up and cut off a foot? I don't know. My bet, though, is that the circuit board stretches the whole length. It's probably not possible. But the problem is this is 51 inches, I think, this keyboard. And what I've been envisioning, and I'll probably use even if I get a smaller keyboard, is essentially a Lazy Susan, a giant Lazy Susan with extension arms. So I can use the Lazy Susan to switch the keyboard from facing outside or facing inside. And then I rotate it and then I use the arms to sort of take it out far enough. And some of these things would be definitely easier with the larger vehicle, but I'm still leaning towards a smaller vehicle. And for additional reasons than I originally had. Because if I'm doing the YouTube thing, well, I mean, that's really the only way this is all going to work. I think I'm going to need to move more frequently, which means I'm going to be spending more money on gas. And I gotta be as spendthrift, is that the word? Wait, spendthrift, or is that the opposite? What does spendthrift mean? No, it's the opposite of that. Yeah, opposite of spendthrift. I need to be thrifty, not spendthrifty. Meaty says, bet you make me magic on a tiny 12 key. Thank you. It's not about the music, it just feels really nice on the fingers. So I'm sure I'll adapt, I'll be, but it's, yeah, I'm sure I'll adapt. Isn't Lazy Susan a funny name for that? Well, I'm pretty sure I said this last time we talked about Lazy Susans. Did I say hi to Q Square? I hope I did. I'm gonna say hi again. My short-term memory is very short. Q Square says my oldest Sonic is 76 weighted keys. Yeah, I've found a lot of 76 keys that are weighted, but which is probably what I'll get, because I hate synth action. Synth action has no resistance at all on the keyboard. So there's synth action, then there's semi-weighted, and then there's hammer action. So yeah, I would get the semi-weighted. But yeah, this vehicle, it looks, I think the space, the trunk space, it's only 48 inches. And while inside the van is the one I'm looking at, I think, what is it, 55 inches? The problem is that's before, if I don't put any walls at all. I don't know yet if I'm going to put walls in terms, for so pretty soon we're talking 50 inches, which means the only way it would work is if there's some way where I'm having to lift it up to angle it as it rotates, which is going to get it's getting very complicated at that point. So I probably need to just let go of having this keyboard. Or I physically lift it and have to lift it out of the van. It's just going to be so much work to do over and over. I know I'm going to get really annoyed by that. So I just need to let go of that. Let go of that idea. And then I was thinking, basically, I'm going to have a vertical drawer. So it's not really a drawer; it's some vertical thing that will go both directions. It'll go out of the van, but also further into the van. And on that vertical will be all the instruments that I bring, because there's no room to bring cases. There's no room for that. So they'll be on that, so I can slide it out whichever side of my stuff I'm on, Key squares, I think that's one of the reasons I stopped doing a lot of theater. I got tired of moving my keyboard, yeah. I hated that lifestyle. I was playing in bands for a while and having so much gear, having to unpack and pack. And so knowing that about myself, I want to make everything as easy and as possible and fast. So everything's just ready to go. I don't have to do anything special for each show any more than I have to here. Which, here I still have, half an hour of prep time. but no more than that, Let's see, some other titles. Nerve surface humor, what about putting it on some kind of rails like you would mount a server so you can slide it out? You mean the keyboard? That's what I was saying, is a Lazy Susan with rails on the Lazy Susan. Because that would make it, so that's what, I was saying rails that come out. But even with those rails, the issue is that so within the vehicle I'm looking at, it's 55 inches, but the actual door jamb or whatever that's called is 48 inches. So this has to rotate to get through it. I don't know if it'd even be able to rotate enough. That's the issue. I need to work on my geometry. I started watching a video. I'm gonna learn how to use SketchUp. Does anyone in chat use SketchUp and master it, or even just able to use it? SketchUp is a free and a paid design program for designing the inside of a van or a house so I was thinking I'm going to learn that, and then I'm also going to build a mock-up maybe out of cardboard or something. I just want to make sure that I'm not absolutely insane with what I'm thinking. I think I need to literally build a kid's playhouse, because I'm thinking of a very, very small space, and I just want to make sure that it's not. So yeah. So I need to do both. Use SketchUp, it's easy. I mean, I sort of taken stock of my life, and if you don't consider any of the gear, I use so few things. I have such this studio does not look minimalistic at all. Obviously, it looks like a mess. There's tons of stuff. But in terms of my daily needs, outside of music, I need so very little. So I'm not very worried about fitting stuff in the van other than something like this. What I'm worried about is if I'll be able to work, able to do a stream without going insane. That's what I'm not sure about. So that's what I want to spend time in small spaces, you know. But I'm going to do it out. I'm going to make it outside, I think, because that, it is a different thing when you have doors right next to you and you have, I'm hoping that. Okay, let's end this boat. Because those things people use to carry surfboards, like a box. Yeah, I might get one of those. I mean, the issue with those is I'll probably need solar panels. So though that's a little tricky. I might need a lot of solar panels. I mean, originally I was thinking I'd be very dependent on solar panels, but the more I think about it, I think because having electricity is so critical to everything, right? I mean, my livelihood, YouTube, I have to have power, and I need to have a lot of power. Depending on sunlight, as I think is setting myself up for trouble. So I think I want solar power more as a backup. And I think I'm just going to have to plan that sometimes I'm going to have to go charge from the wall. Either go to a campground that has power and pay for it, or maybe I'm thinking about rather than getting a custom setup where everything's hard coded into the van, I'm thinking about getting these new power stations they're big, but that I could theoretically literally have in a roller suitcase kind of thing. So I could just walk into a place and plug in and charge, and they charge really fast. They charge way faster than solar does. So, but in any event, my point is that I probably want at least some solar on the roofs. So it might be hard, but I could potentially do something like that on the back of the vehicle. I've seen a bunch of vans that have big boxes on the back, and that would give me some additional space. Another possibility, but it'd be very expensive, is to have a pop-up roof. But those cost, I wouldn't be able to afford that to start, for sure. Okay, let's see. Oh, I still haven't entered the poll. Whoops. There's this little backup diesel generator. That's possibly. Yeah, that's one possibility. I also looked at diesel for heat. A lot of people have used diesel under their van, and they have this, But I'm hoping that I don't need. I'm hoping I can get away with propane instead. Oh, Nerf Dermy, your partner's converting. Oh, nice. That's exciting. Yeah, there's a whole world. There's so many people doing it there's a lot of information, which is awesome. But on the other hand, having so much information, it's sort of hard to know what the right thing to do is. Because everybody's doing different things. I was thinking I might later this fall get a U-Haul van, because U-Haul vans you can get for $20 a day in town, and I would just get it to sort of, it's a U-Haul van is probably bigger than what I'm thinking of getting, but just try doing a week just to start experiencing what it's like, and I think even before that I'd need to do some. Get back, do some camping. I haven't camped in forever. In like 20 years, I haven't camped. So Okay, let's end this bow. And it's Muty's named Amnesia. Amnesia. Thank you, Muty. That was Amnesia. We're going to do Nerf Drummer's fifth song. Fifth song. Being featured upon. Oh, it was Q Square's birthday on Sunday. Is Q Square still here? I hope you're still. Sorry, I didn't see my notification until just now. But happy birthday to Q Square. Happy birthday. And Q Square with a 37-month sub, 3.5 years. Thanks, Q Square. He is here. It would be cool to get the light show in the van. I think then it would feel like almost nothing is gone. I don't think it's going to break people's heart if I don't have the trombone or the baritone. I think people will be okay. But the light show is a pretty significant thing. What was it, KWA? And Orchid. Usually we can have a driving on the road song, like in the road again. Country roads. Yeah, we should. I think my plan is to be doing a lot of original content in terms of everything that I do, all the different things that I do. So, as y'all know, my energy's been almost exclusively on improvisation for the last 5 years. But I see myself, writing songs, writing theme songs, writing little jingles, so music will be a huge part of it. But it's gonna be much bigger than that. It's pretty much everything that I'm interested in, but framed around this idea of traveling and doing those things while traveling. I think that's the key. That's hopefully the unique hook, is that it's not just a travel vlog, but it's about making music, making art, telling stories, streaming while traveling. Orchid, why didn't Orchid load? There it is. He says, look forward, it sounds like a book on film in the making. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Which unfortunate for y'all is when I'm excited about something, I talk about it endlessly. Ad nauseum. Is that the terminology? Ad nauseum? I talk about it ad nauseum. Hopefully a little bits of new things every time, though. Lemon face. We'll bring back. I'll do Tooby I just love the framing. It allows me to do anything. I can do Tooby sings nursery rhymes. We could have new ones. Pretty much every single kind of video I did in the past, we could have new things related to that. First up, oh yeah, these need to move up. Jesus tell us more about Project X. That's true. That's the exception. Some things are easier to accomplish when you don't talk about them. The van thing is actually really helpful to talk about. Okay, here's a. So I guess if you come to the campsites in California you would like to visit, we'll have to do some meetups. We'll have to set up some meetups. Or maybe I wonder if I know enough people through the show that I could get power from y'all. Say, okay, my battery, it's almost dead. Somebody let me plug into your house for 4 hours. So I could steal your power. Oh, thanks. I'll pay for it. I don't need to steal it. Why is you coming to Canada? Will they even let me into Canada right now? Oh, you're in Sydney, Lil Joack? I would love to go to Sydney. I have a really good friend who lives in Sydney. I mean, we haven't seen each other in 20 years, but I would love to see him. I met him when I lived in New Zealand. I've never been to Australia, but I lived in New Zealand for a while, and he was my best friend there. But he was Australian. Yeah. Nerf Dermer. But who knows if this thing works the way I'm hoping it will. Maybe someday I'll be able to do travel to Europe and Australia, go to New Zealand again, go to Brazil, which is my dream, one of my many dreams, but you got a lot of interest in Lil Joack? If I were going to Europe, I mean, I'd probably just get instruments there or wherever I would go to Australia. I wouldn't try to bring them all. I'm not technically advanced enough to be that particular about any instrument, I'm empathetic to, someone who, like a classical violinist who's done 20,000 hours on one instrument, where you have to perform at an optimal level all the time. I understand them wanting to use their violin, but other than that, You've got Type and Singing Bowls. I love the sound of those. I've never actually played them. I've just played samples of them. You could share your pass points when you get your power those on PowerPoint. Okay, we got our beats. Oh, thanks, Lil Joack. Thanks for offering that. Okay, here's Orchid from Socks. Oops. Oh, I screwed up. Why is it not on screen? Hey, Hug Queen. And then we have Slapped Electric Bass from Muty. And then we've got Intelligence Remains Hidden from Jono. From Old Dirty Bosky, Jumpin' Introspective Hip Hop. Wasn't ready for that. And then we got I Don't Wanna. Oops. And then SpongeBob Spacey Bells. Y'all pick which sound starts the improv. Oh, thanks, Muty. Muty gifted a sub to Hug Queen. Thank you so much. Those checks out singing, yes, how cool would be to improvise in natural space, like in a remote forest. Trying to think. I mean, I have long time ago. I don't know if you saw Leo Joak, but earlier this month or last month, I did a bunch of hiking streams. Partly with to test out. I mean, I didn't actually do any music, but the idea behind them was in part to just sort of proof of concept, just to see if I could stream in the middle of nowhere, so that someday I could do shows on a mountain and stuff. But yeah, so that's part of the plan. If when the van thing happens, just to jump in introspective hip hop. Here we go. Time to accelerate.
Hi, if this is your first time watching and you came in during the music, welcome. I'm the Etc. Kid. What you just heard was a live musical improvisation, meaning I was making up the music from scratch as I went along, but I got a ton of help from you guys in chat. You guys chose all the sounds I was using, the speed of the music. I turned your names into drum rhythms that powered the song. So if you want to get involved, the easiest way to do that right away is type !drums in chat for a chance to be a drum rhythm on one of the upcoming songs. But that's only the beginning. There are many different ways to participate and share your creativity. You don't need any musical background. You get to help name all the songs we created in the show. You can help write the script of our channel's bot. We do fun community things on our Discord. So we got a lot going on. It might seem a little overwhelming at first, but if you stick around, you will figure it out super fast. So welcome to the Etceterati.
Things move pretty fast in ETC world, but you can keep up on everything on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Discord. You'll find fun content like what you're about to see. Thank you. Thanks for all those calps. Titles. Staffy with Hooked. Leo Joek with Waking the Whale. Hug Queen Box This. Doug Slyfox. And I got my lyric I saw Hug Queen's cardboard box title. Oh. Some other titles, Hug Queen with Blame It on the One. Chuggy Another Box in the Wall. John O'Groats. Hiccup Hip Hop. Jazz Master McEagleton. Old School. Staffy. Rat Rap. Old Dirty Botsky. Easy Bake Oven. Sponge Shovel. Mama said box you out. Rosen, get that moxie. Muty. We will overclock you. Rooms 1/4 of an 1/8 of a 16th of my love. Wow, that's not very much, is it? 1/4 of an 1/8 of a 16th? Can someone do the math? What is that exactly? One 1/8 of a 16th is... What is that? Can someone do that? Can someone do the math for me? 1/4 of an 1/8 of a 16th of my love. Too tired to do the math in my head. Wait, an 1/8 of a 16th is an 1/8. Is that right? Wait, no. And then Buggy Down Productions with Fresh Lettuce Wrap. Graham used Sir Flash and the Furious Wife is now Biz Muty. Getting lots of different answers in chat. Let's end this Poe. Box this. I had a friend who went through a breakup, and the other person was not happy about it and sent them a box of rocks, cash on delivery. Oh. Don't do that, everybody, okay? Don't do that to somebody. He uses this song as a true story. I didn't remember it till afterwards, but yeah, I guess. I guess it is a true story. Two people have said 1/5/12. So that's not a lot of love. I mean, if I were to divide my love into 512 parts, I mean, what's 1/5/12? I mean, is that how much I love? I don't know. What would that be? What do I love 1/5/12? I mean, that's so little. I mean, he says you can't put a number on love. Jazz, that might be how much you love American football. Then again, that may still be too high. Oh no. I have not watched a complete sports game in at least a decade. I mean, honestly, I would like to be relaxed enough in my life that I could every once in a while. I mean, not very often, you know, once every 6 months or so maybe. But it's unimaginable now. But there was a period of my teens and 20s where I'd enjoy watching. Let's see, box this. Well, you know, I've probably seen a boxing match. But team sports, I don't think I've seen team sports at least 10 years. Okay. Oh, Frisbee, yeah, I can. I mean, I don't know if I have many skills left. Trying to think. I see a Frisbee right over there right now. I don't know if I could do anything in here. I mean, I haven't done anything with Frisbee in forever. I'm tempted now. I'm gonna try. I might break something. Let's try. Let's see. What am I gonna break? Okay, let's see. Okay. I better take the headphones off. There we go. Okay. Try one more try. I still got a little bit. Still got a little bit. Okay, let's see. I might have practiced though. Okay, let's see. I remember when I was in, so I lived in Boston, Cambridge, Somerville area for like late 20s, you know. And there's a park in Cambridge, JFK Park, JFK, yeah, right next to the Charles River. And there were these older guys who would do freestyle. That's what I'm into, freestyle. And I remember thinking, oh, it's cool that at their old age, they're still playing frisbee, you know? And now that I think back, I'm probably as old or older than those guys. What happened? What happened? I wonder if they're still there. If they still play on Sundays. Sunday, you'd see them at the park on Sundays. They mainly did what I would call, I mean, this is my own terminology, hacky sack freestyle. They would stand pretty close to each other, and they would do what you saw. I don't know if you could see it, but what you do is you throw the frisbee really hard, but it doesn't go anywhere. It just goes a couple feet, and the reason you're just giving it a lot of spin, so that then you can do all sorts of tricks. You can do taps and body rolls and whatever, but you got to have a ton of spin. I prefer more I love seeing a frisbee flying through the air long distance. So the freestyle I like doing is actually playing catch with somebody who's far away. Because then you're having to run and, yeah. So I never identified as much with the more traditional freestyle, I guess, but just because I love seeing the frisbee in flight. Hug Queen says, more hiking she's the only kid wants to. I want to, Hug Queen. I love doing them. But they're very expensive. So we're going to have to wait a while until I can afford to get the gear necessary. Everything got reimbursed to me. Well, I know the most expensive thing, it went back on my credit card, I think, today. Oh, felt good. So much money. But yeah, I want to do it again. So when I do the van thing, that's the hope, is that I'll have the gear so I can also do hiking streams. Maybe he's going to be challenged random strangers to frisbee duels. I mean, if I'm out in the world, maybe I'll start playing again. I mean, I haven't really, literally in at least 15 years. Longer, probably 20 years. I haven't really done frisbee since my probably mid-20s. I mean, I'd casually throw it with people every once in a while, but that was it. Roses, could there be random phone streams? I don't have a cell phone plan that would cover it. I don't have unlimited data. I downgraded my phone about a year ago to save money. So I just have 4 gigabytes of data a month. So, yeah. That's the issue. But, you know, I might, you know, upgrade. I might, at the end of the year, upgrade to, you know, because if I'm on the road, Verizon apparently is sort of gets the most coverage. And there's going to be a new iPhone coming out, I think, right? Maybe. And although I prefer to shoot on a DSLR, for what I'm envisioning, I need to be able to really easily shoot at any given moment. So it might be nice to have since the newer iPhones have such good cameras, it might be good to have that as well. And then I would get a better cell phone plan. Just to be cheaper to go on unlimited on one cell phone. Well, the reason for the setup is because one line is not enough. That's why the setup's expensive. If I were going to stream in the city, then a cell phone would be fine. But, you know, when you're out hiking, that complicated setup is so that there's 3 different potential cell towers they can be talking to. So if one gets bad, it fixes the other. So I don't think I'd be able to do hiking streams reliably with a cell phone. I'm sure I could find some select places, you know, where it would work, but it'd be very frustrating to go to some great place and then not be able to stream. And as we, you know, I did how many streams? 4 streams. Overall, it worked really well. The system. Rose, any cities or big towns you could visit though? Yeah, I mean, when I first started talking about the van thing, I was thinking mainly about streaming on the road. Because that's all, you know, because y'all know, I mean, this is what I'm an improviser. I want to do this. This is my favorite thing. But then I was getting more realistic, and I just need, you know, it's been really hard for me to accept that growth on Twitch, for me at least, is virtually impossible. So then I started thinking about the YouTube stuff, and then when I started thinking about the YouTube stuff, then actually going to cities seemed more appealing because there'd be more variety of content. I think for what I want to do, I think I would go to cities more. Whereas when it was just me streaming, I was thinking mainly being in the wilderness and country. But so yeah, now my thinking is I probably will. I mean, I still want to be probably 80% out in nature, but I see myself going into cities more than I did originally. Our show is live from Memoirs of a Mad Hatter. Once again, 4 songs. We did Lifeboat, Lil Cricket's 8-Bit Voicebox, I Amnesia, and Box This. But Media had me thinking about Kickstarter. I was thinking there could be some fun rewards for Kickstarter. You know, one might be something like if you're at a certain level on Kickstarter, I send you a postcard every month. I get postcards while I'm traveling. Send people postcards. What was my other idea? I forget. I wrote it down somewhere. Doug's word box seems to be coming up. Yeah, it's a theme. Hey, buddy. So you get one of those, because there's so many good tacky postcards at rest stops and stuff, and I write a little message. Roses and most probably be better digital. There could be a digital version of it too. It doesn't. Oh yeah, no. I would have to do the math. No, I think the postcard thing would probably be a pretty high donation level, because it's not that the postcard and the postage is that much, but the time. It's more my time. Because the postcard is probably 25, 30 cents. Well, no, I guess the postcard probably costs $1, and then there's my time. So yeah, it'd probably be pretty high donation level if I was going to commit to one a month for a year. Stuart, thank yous. Superstar Mod Tooby. And then, we had more than those donations, but for some reason they didn't all show up. Time Travelers Association, we had Future Kid, ETC, what was the other one? Thank you so much for those. Cheer from Dark Skies, Gray Waters, thank you. Oh, I didn't see that, I don't think, when it happened. Thanks to Media for gifting the Hug Queen Jazzy 6 months. QSquared37. Thanks to our lurkers and chatters. This says, what's the best way to get your music? Yeah, Bandcamp is the only way to download it. Yeah. And if you sub on Bandcamp, you can download my entire catalog for $20, which is not supposed to be the way it works. I've just never gotten around to changing it. So you could download I think there's 800 hours of music on Bandcamp. Oh, thanks so much, Leo Joek. Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow if you have time, or Saturday too. Thanks to our lurkers and chatters. Time for the shout out. These 24 names you see on screen, either named recurrent tour, named or venue, name one of our songs, made a request on one of the songs we featured. Biz Midi, Bodybuilder, Tooby Stong, Broom 17, Buggy Down Production, Chuggy Smalls, Conzeited, Dual Father 5, GVO, Hug Queen LD, Jazzmaster, McGee, Colton, John O'Groats, Kid FTA, Mr. Robert, Nerf Trimmer, Old Dirty Botsky, Q Square Rosen, Rough Case Socks, Sponge Solo, Staffy, The Bad Backs, Wow 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 Soda. Yeah, I think if I'm betting that if with the van life thing, we'd have a normal schedule for the show, but I think what I would do that I don't do now and I've never done before is I would probably have lots of little random short streams. Just sort of. We talked about this a little last week. Some to be able to have quick brainstorming sessions. Some if I'm in trouble and I need help, if people want to help me research something, because I'm trying to figure out something I can't find what I need, or I want creative ideas for the video for that day that I'm making on for YouTube, or just because I'm lonely. But Rose says, would you probably add in the goals too, like Crate Digger and such? Oh, you mean on Kickstarter? Is that what you mean? I don't. Maybe, yeah. The Kickstarter, I think, would be predominantly focused around the YouTube idea. I think that's what I would be. I mean, and I would talk maybe a little bit about streaming, but I think the YouTube idea will be a little easier to get people hyped about. So probably most of the rewards would be related to the YouTube side of it. Jazz Master McEagleton's back to Jazzy. But Rose, and now I'll definitely think about it. That it could be a good idea. I don't know, because there will be probably most of the people who are going to support the Kickstarter would be from our channel. So yeah, actually, I mean, it would be nice to get Crate Digger all finished, so I don't have to think about it again. You know, I mean, that brings it up. Try dealing with posting stuff on posting the shows on YouTube from the road is going to be a headache, because that is so much data. I might have to do something where I literally put them on hard drives and ship hard drives to people to upload it for me. Because what goes on Twitch is pretty low quality. What goes on YouTube is well, one, it has mastered, the audio's been mastered, so it's one, I cut it up, so it's a lot of work. No, you don't have to sub, Leo. Discord's open to everybody. Music we make owning a banana shirt, a stretch goal. Did I say this last stream? I was talking about how I think it'd be fun to once a week or once every other week to go to a thrift store or garage sales and get new clothing for Tooby. I'm still gonna be in my uniform, you know, but probably. But then I was thinking, I don't know if people would be into this, but and then maybe get weird things at garage sales. Maybe every couple weeks there's sort of the care package auction or something, where, because I'm in such limited space in the vehicle, you know, I'm going to have to constantly be getting rid of stuff that I acquire. That could be a fun thing to auction it off every couple weeks. Leo Joe X's NFT is growing. Yeah, we talked about that a while in the past on the channel, and someday maybe I'll do an NFT that has 5,000 songs on it or 10,000 songs. You Rosie, you meant Crate Diggers? Yeah. I owe Crate 3 at Crate Diggers. I keep forgetting, but it's on my to-do list. 3 albums I owe. Let's see. Shadow game. Okay. No. Let's see. There we go. Who are you gonna call? Who are you gonna raid? What's this? Live composing? I rated them? I've rated them. Improvisation jams, guitar and keys. Let's rate them. I think it's 2 people, right? Yeah, let's find out what this is about. Okay, thanks everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow and Saturday. We're gonna raid this improv stream. I'm psyched to hear them. I'll take care, Leo Joek. Great to have you here tonight. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Oh, thanks, Rosen. Okay, thanks everybody. Hope to see y'all soon. Take care.